In Akhilesh Yadav time when the Kumbh happened, you know who was the Prabhari? You can't even guess it. Azam Khan was made the Prabhari for Kumbh. Can you imagine that? Like, why will someone make Azam Khan a Prabhari, a coordinator for Kumbh? And the current form of temple was rejuvenated by Ahilyabai Holkar hundreds of years back. After that, nobody had touched it much.
Namaste, good evening, and welcome to the Festival of Bharat and Chitya Media. I'm your host Sharan Sethi. Today, we are joined by a very special guest who is a very well known figure on our platform. He's spoken many times before, and he's coming out with a new book again titled The Monk Who Transformed Uttar Pradesh, How Yogi Adityanath Changed UP Wala Bhaiya from being an abuse to a badge of honor. Shantanu thank you so much for joining us. Namaste, and it's always a pleasure talking to you.
Namaste, Charan. Thank you for having me. And you know, one of my viral videos, the initial viral videos on Yogi Adityanath was recorded on your platform. That was live. Those were the days when you used to shoot live. Right. So yeah, thank you for Festival of Bharat's platform.
Like Uttar Pradesh, even we are trying to transform slowly.
Exactly.
And that is what the context of the book is, because the last time you wrote a book, it was completely different because Yogi ji had just taken over the administration, and also he was being dubbed as militant monk and whatnot. And today, that saintly qualities of his is being taken in stride, is being acknowledged by the entirety of India. Now, of course, there are a lot of nuances to the debates on development, especially because Uttar Pradesh is such an important state and the elections are coming up. So it is also a very timely release, this book, I must say. And it does capture a lot of data in terms of what has actually happened, what the people of Uttar Pradesh want. To a certain degree, the culture that has been imbibed in institutions, organizations, and individuals has also somehow reflected on the overall development of the state, not just in terms of its education and infrastructure, but also about cultural heritage, which the BJP seems to represent. Whether it is with the construction of Bhavya Shri Ram Mandir or now the inauguration of Kashi Vishwanath corridor, how do you actually see some sort of a revival of an Indic Renaissance?
I think first of all, yes, I almost see, and that's my 9th chapter also, that how Uttar Pradesh has seen a cultural renaissance under Yogi Adityanath. And people saw the first testimony to it in Kumbh 2019. Prayag Kumbh 2019 happened, and the title was Bhavya Kumbh, Divya Kumbh, and it was I think the best Kumbh ever happened in India, right? How clean it was, how managed it was for the Shraddhalus, for the tourists, how there are different pandals which were just doing education about the Indian history, how sadhus were managed, how international people came, how NRI Divas also happened during Kashi time, in Kashi, during those times, they all traveled to Kumbh there. So that was the crores and crores of people saw that there is a spirit of Yogi Adityanath in everything that happened during the Kumbh time, right? And that was the first testimony. And in fact, to tease Hindus, in Akhilesh Yadav time when the Kumbh happened, you know who was the Prabhari? You can't even guess it. Azam Khan was made the Prabhari for Kumbh. Can you imagine that? Like, why will someone make Azam Khan a Prabhari, a coordinator for Kumbh, right? Just to tease Hindus, right? And that was their trick, right? So I think that was the first testimony that people saw. And then we saw Narendra Modi ji and Yogi ji doing the Bhumi Pujan for Ayodhya. I think I felt goosebumps when that was happening that day. And to my understanding, it was almost like a divine sequence, right? Narendra Modi ji was the one who managed the Ram Bhumi Rath Yatra for Lal Krishna Advani ji, right? And Yogi Adityanath's guru was the head of all the Ram Mandir committees, Mahant Vednath, right? So it's almost looking like as if divinity was waiting for a Narendra Modi and a Yogi Adityanath to be the helm of UP and India for this to happen, right? And we are seeing, and not only the verdict, even before verdict, Yogi Adityanath did multiple things for making Ayodhya ready for Ram temple. He declared the whole Faizabad district as Ayodhya. He declared Ayodhya as a municipal corporation. Being a municipal corporation, you get more funds from state, more funds from center. He made sure all the hanging wires in the whole city go underground. He cleared the sewage system, the ghats there. He started Deepotsav, right, which is a massive international festival. He created Guinness Book of World Record. Ayodhya, which was just known for Ayodhya court cases, now is known for Deepotsav. Earlier, if you search for someone like a Make My Trip or Oyo, there's only 1 or 2 hotels. Now almost 15-20 hotels upgraded themselves to for tourists, right? So a lot of money, when tourists come, a lot of money also comes, right? Because of government lighting those 5 lakh, 10 lakh diyas, a lot of local artisans are getting work. So a lot of business. So already, even before the temple, there's a lot of prosperity. In fact, the day, Sharan, when the temple came, somebody tweeted, oh, so now this temple thing is over. Can we talk economy? Right? Kind of satire on the Ram Mandir thing. And I replied, and that tweet got viral, that, you know, in India, there are 200 plus towns which are run on temple economy.
Right.
Tirupati is a 3,000 crore rupees economy. Ganesh Visarjan just in Mumbai is a 500 crore rupees economy. Kavar Yatra, which liberals hate, that's a 200 crore rupees economy. And the Kavars are made by Muslims of Saharanpur. Right. So religious places are a huge economy in India. And Ayodhya was taken away from this economy by that fake case that's going from the last 70 years by fake historians. Right. So now there's a huge economic empowerment of Ayodhya that will happen. And not only Ayodhya, Sharan, whole of eastern Uttar Pradesh. In fact, the parts of Bihar also. Right. So that's Ayodhya. And what will happen today? We are recording on 12th. On 13th of December, Narendra Modi ji is going to Ayodhya. Oh, is going to Kashi. You know why is he going for? He's going to inaugurate Kashi Corridor project. What is this Kashi Corridor project? So we know Kashi temple is one of the Jyotirlings, right? And the current form of temple was rejuvenated by Ahilyabai Holkar hundreds of years back. After that, nobody had touched it much. There is a Gyanvapi mosque nearby, which was, we all know, as Mughals and other Muslim rulers, invaders broke many temples and made masjid. This is also one part. The court case is pending in the court. That's one. But I mean, the temple was not a Bhava temple, was not a grand temple. Right. So what government did, government bought all the 300, 400 houses or establishment or shops nearby,
right,
rehabilitated them, gave them good money, right, settled all of them, and now constructed a huge corridor which can lead to the river Ganga, right? And the other day, Bimal Patel ji and Deepak, who's the architect of this project, and Deepak Agarwal ji, who's the commissioner leading the project, they did a lovely Zoom session with many of us. And the Bimal ji was so excited to tell that once you start taking the stairs from Ganga, you will start seeing the Dhwaj. Then if you go a little bit up, you start seeing the up Gopuram. Then you start going little up, then you will see the whole grand temple, right? So they've created like a feeling, a better experience for all the people, and how the various structures are made, how in the shops are blended in the same kind of structures. Even a police chowki is blended in the same kind of stones and structures. I'm sure you must have seen a lot of pictures floating around. Even I think one of the Narendra Modi's handle also tweeted a couple of pictures. It's just looking fabulous, Sharan. And I think the whole.
And do you think Kashi Mathura Baki Hai will become the slogan for the next election?
See,
and I ask this in a positive sense because for a very long time the BJP took a beating that ये तो सिर्फ राम मंदिर के बारे में बात करते हैं और कुछ नहीं करते.
तारीख नहीं बताएंगे. तारीख नहीं बताएंगे. See, so yeah, that was a very old chant. Ayodhya to jhanki hai, Kashi Mathura baki hai. And for Mathura, the plea is already submitted in the court. They have accepted the court. What's his name? I forgot the name of the lawyer, Mr. Jain, who is the lawyer. And you'll realize the Mathura case is far more easier than the Ram Mandir case.
Achha, okay.
Right. That is, in fact, a fake Krishna Bhumi Jansthan Sangh has done a treaty or a compromise with the Idgah Masjid, right? Only that the treaty has to be annulled, which is a fake treaty, right? Which is also happened in 1968. So Places of Worship Act will also not apply, right? So I think first of all, I'm a big votary against places of worship act. It's almost like if someone has taken of land, however illegally, however by muscle, you can't go against it, right? It is a Congress plan to appease. They have done a lot of laws from Sachar Committee to Shah Bano to places of worship act to appease their Muslim vote bank. This is one of it, right? So yeah, eventually, I think, will it be a slogan for this election or not? But again, for like Ram, Krishna, Shiva, these are the biggest deities of Hindu, and their own in
Right.
Hindu, one of the country which has 80% Hindu population. You can't keep their deities under tents. You can't keep their land occupied, right? And not by some Muslim scholars, some terrorist invaders like Babur, like
Right.
Aurangzeb, right? So if the heroes of Muslims in India are Babur and Aurangzeb, and then I have a problem, right? If their heroes are APJ Abdul Kalam, I'm also happy with he's my hero also.
Right. Shantanuji, thank you so much for joining us today for this conversation. It was an absolute eye opener for us. And I'm sure our viewers will find it the same way. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And I hope we can have this conversation in the future as well.
Thank you, Sharan. Thank you for having me. Waiting for watching.
And please do buy Shantanuji's book. It will be out very soon. And we'll put the link in the description below. And do let us know what you thought about this session.
Thank you, Sharan.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.